Good morning. The New York State Department of Labor releases a jobs report that may make you sick. And the New York Attorney General's office probes the shooting death of a Buffalo man. And we'll check in with Dakota Hunter in the Skyline Weather Center. That's news now for Wednesday, May 10th, 2017.
Live and on demand, it's Morning News Now with Justin Gould and Storm Hartman.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. 51 degrees here in downtown Jamestown with fair skies. I'm Justin Gould.
It's actually Wednesday, Justin, and I'm Storm Hartman. The New York State Department of Labor releases its monthly jobs report.
Yes, Storm, the latest jobs report is out and it's not looking pretty. Our Ryan Hedrick has more.
A report released by the New York State Department of Labor says Chautauqua County's unemployment rate is 6.1%. To put that in perspective, state officials say 55,000 people are available to work. But how about the other 80,000 in Chautauqua County? Today we took to the streets of Jamestown to find out what's up. Why aren't people working, and why do they feel so helpless? These two people standing on the corner of 3rd and North Main Street said there's just no future, no hope in the city of Jamestown.
To be honest, I was born and raised out here, and I don't think so. I think Jamestown's going downhill.
On the other hand, this young man working a construction job right outside of our WNY News Now studios says he had a different motivation for getting a job. It was his little girl. And when he couldn't find a job at the end of a year, he pressed on.
Oh, yeah, I applied everywhere. Everywhere that I could even think of to apply. Not even places that I thought I wouldn't even come close to having a chance. But still have to apply there.
And what got you through? What got you through to that year where you actually were able to get a job?
Probably my daughter. Just thinking that I have to get a job to support my little kid, and if I don't do that, then she doesn't have a good life. Then I'm not a good dad, and things just don't work out when you ain't got a job. You have too much free time, getting into trouble.
To sum it up, Chautauqua County's unemployment rate of 6.1% might look good on paper. It might be down a little bit from last year, but it still means, again, more than 50,000 people are available to work, but the other 80,000 are MIA. Reporting from the Social Services Building in Jamestown, I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The New York State Attorney General's office has launched an investigation into the shooting death of a man who shot a Buffalo police officer. Jose Hernandez Rossi was stopped by police last week in the Riverside neighborhood when some kind of a struggle ensued. The scuffle ended with the officer, Jose Aquino, and the suspect, Jose Hernandez Rossi, both shot. Rossi ran several blocks before collapsing and dying due to massive blood loss. Channel 4 in Buffalo is reporting the Attorney General is investigating to see if the suspect was even armed. Officer Jose Aquino was discharged from ECMC on Tuesday after doctors reattached his ear.
And the community is reacting to the controversial Jackson Spring Apartments that would transform a dilapidated section of Spring Street. And on Tuesday, city residents popped up at the Gebby Foundation headquarters on Cherry Street to show their support for the project.
I think Gebby could help, because they seem like an organization that is out there to help people in Jamestown, and that's really what we went in and talked to the people, and they told us their whole story and how they got started, and they do seem like they're here to help Jamestown, not just themselves. They're here for Jamestown.
Public housing is a controversial issue in the city of Jamestown, while Code, the same organization that operates the Appleyard Terrace apartments along East 2nd Street, is pushing for the Jackson Spring Apartments to come to fruition. Some in the development community believe that the city has no room for any more public housing. After a letter was written by the former CEO of the Gebby Foundation, Deke Kathman, in 2016, that letter stated that more public housing would damage the city's long-term future, and that they do not believe this project will advance their hope to further rejuvenate our city. City Councilwoman Victoria James was at that small protest yesterday. She says that the project is something that has to be done to better the North Side.
wants to live like that? You know, when you have abandoned houses that opens itself for cracks, you know, for crack houses and for addicts and vagrants, and just the people who are living on Spring Street deserve a better quality of life. Jamestown is a beautiful city, but Jamestown also has some issues, and that they would, you know, maybe just take a tour of the neighborhood, you know, of these sites, and, you know, and just kind of see what's actually going on. You know, sometimes it's easy to look up and make decisions when if you're not living in their shoes, you don't know where their feet hurt.
We reached out to the Gebby Foundation's current CEO, Greg Edwards, for comment. He said he was not prepared to address this issue.
Next on Morning News Now, President Trump fires FBI Director James Comey after a controversial month. But first, a look at your Skyline weather forecast.
It certainly was not as cold out there this morning as it was yesterday, which I think in itself is a good thing. So with that said, here's your forecast for the rest of today. Partly to mostly sunny skies, temperatures right around average. Remember, the average high this time of the year is 64, and you'll be floating around with it with temperatures in the lower 60s. For tonight, partly cloudy skies, and not quite as cold either. Temperatures dropping back into the lower 40s. And for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies in the morning, developing rain showers in the afternoon, very close to that average high, with temperatures in the lower to mid 60s. From the Skyline Weather Center, I'm forecaster Dakota Hunter. Morning News Now continues right after the break.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
President Donald Trump defends his abrupt decision to fire FBI Director James Comey, saying on Wednesday his decision will be seen in a better light after the furious controversy dies down. Joe Johns with the report.
President Trump attributing his bombshell firing of FBI Director James Comey to Comey's handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation. A stunning reversal given Trump's repeated praise of Comey for how he managed that very investigation.
It took guts for Director Comey to make the move that he made in light of the kind of opposition he had where they're trying to protect her from criminal prosecution.
6 fire departments converged on a blaze that destroyed a 2-story house in Gary on Tuesday afternoon. Volunteers responded to the fire at 2092 28th Creek Road just after 12:30 p.m. No injuries were reported, and the Red Cross is assisting those displaced. Fire investigators say that the blaze started in a coal stove and spread to the chimney.
And Jamestown Public Schools kick off their annual District Arts Show next week. Art from more than 200 students from kindergarten all the way up to high school will be on display at Jefferson Middle School. The event takes place in the gym next Tuesday, and the doors open at 6 p.m. And Justin, the art will be on display until June 6th in the auditorium lobby at Jefferson.
Oh, that's awesome. See, we've been covering a lot of like the local artists. We've had some people who made it up to, I think it was in Buffalo is where their show was, and every year they've been sending artists to that, and now we're seeing all of this art from across Jamestown, and it's not just at Jamestown Public Schools, it's all over the county.
Yeah, and I remember too when I was back in high school, which obviously was not long ago, but when I was in high school, there was a big threat of us losing band and extracurricular art activities just because lack of funding. So it's nice to see that schools are getting back on track, being able to offer those programs to students who enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I was in the high school concert band. My sister was big in the marching band at Falconer, where I'm from, and it's just amazing, and I hope we can still continue to see these programs.
So, yeah, it is definitely good to see. So we will be back tomorrow with another edition of Morning News Now.
In the meantime, be sure to follow us on social media at WNY News Now. That's where coverage comes first.